Hi, hello. My name's Nick Kocher. This is a story about pee. Coming out of me and onto me. That's concise. I was in 3rd grade. I don't know what age that is. I think that's like 10? I was a bully's Christmas gift. Really thick glasses. My dad cut my hair constantly. I would wear these t-shirts that I would chew the collars of till the point that they would come down to show my like 10-year-old cleavage. I looked horrible. My parents were like, I know what'll solve the bullying, sports. They took me out of the room where there were books and put me into the world of sports where I was constantly bullied. Let's go put this kid, photo please, that thing, let's put him into sports. Terrible. My parents made a mistake. I was not at all suited for baseball or any sports. Really sad part of this, I thought I was good at sports. My mom recently told me, no, you were a weird kid. My mother said, you're a weird kid. I'm really like living in this moment right now. Flash forward to the middle of the season to photo day. We're all dressed up in our full uniforms in the middle of a field, not a baseball field, but a regular field, in seemingly the middle of nowhere, very far away from other Little League fields, and most importantly, far away from the bathroom. And I kind of have to pee. Foreshadowing. I'm waiting in line and I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll just hold it till I get my photo taken. But this fucking photographer thinks he's goddamn Annie Leibovitz. Leibovitz. You've got 2 options. Use one of those. He's like painting the picture for these kids. Just hit the home run. Trying to get a really good look, make our little 3rd grade bodies look real hot. The pee starts to build up. Okay, this is enough. I'm gonna go find a bathroom or a stream. Just then, he calls my name. Nicholas. I went by Nicholas then until kids started calling me Dickless, and then I changed it to Nick, and then they called me Dick. Nick the Dick Kocher. I stood up to those bullies by changing the pronunciation of my last name. This is totally true. I said, I'm not Nick Kocher anymore, I'm Nick Kocher. That did not stop the bullying even a little bit. Your first name still rhymes with Dick, we're fine. Well, that's all my names. I can't really move anywhere from there. Anyhow, I get into the pose. Don't pan down so far you get my sweatpants. Every fucking muscle in my body is tensed tight just to hold in all of this urine, all of this young 10-year-old urine. That'll make this video really good for one creep out there. I must have looked miserable. Probably just like, okay, Nicholas, that was good. We got that option where you're really, really scared and frightened. Give us a smile. And so I relaxed 2 muscles in my face to sort of lightly turn up the corners of my mouth. Bust out one of these, like. Something you should know about me is I'm not great at smiling to this day. My teeth are open. And like my tongue is there. Yep, there's my mouth open with my tongue visible. Why? I'm smiling, and that creates a chain reaction of muscles relaxing and tensing. Whatever muscle keeps the pee in stops working. Just very, very quickly, my bladder explodes. I'm just like this, peeing. The photographer takes several photos. Yep, all right, I guess that's what we're gonna get. To be fair, now, as an adult, I look back and I'm like, oh, he didn't care either way. 1, that was his job. 2, he's probably like, oh, I need to get this picture really quickly. It's about to be unusable. I'm just peeing, smiling. Behind me, my entire baseball team is watching this happen. I'm like, okay, maybe they won't notice. They notice. I hear the oohs and such. Ew, frickin' pricks. What, ew. I pee for probably 45 seconds. I mean, in my head, it lasted a year and a half. Finally, it ends. All right, Nicholas, let's just play it real cool. Immediately, my entire team comes up to me. Did you just pee your pants? It was in the South, so he had a slight Southern accent. Did you just pee your pants? He's an old Southern man, because I can't do any type of Southern accent that's not that. You pee your pants? No. What's all this liquid? I had a Gatorade in my pocket, and it broke. You don't even have any pockets. They're baseball pants, there's no pockets. And also, like, that's not how Gatorade like, what would have broken the Gatorade bottle? Not much you can say to that when you're just caught in a hard lie. Well, that's it for me. It's 10 years after it began, my life has come to an end. I remember, like, sitting in the dugout on the bench, my entire team, about 15 feet away from me, huddled up against each other because they don't want to be near me. One kid said something nice to me, hi, and another kid said, "What are you doing? Don't talk to him. He peed his pants." If I could go back in time, I'd hit that kid. 33-year-old me would go back in time and kick a 10-year-old and I wouldn't even feel a little bit bad. I, at the time, thought that was the worst day of my life. What I realized a month later is that I'd survived. There's two possible morals you can take from that. One is that whatever you think is bad now, probably in hindsight later on, won't actually be that bad, could turn into a funny story. The other possible message is that I've had way worse days in my life,